Today I'd like to recommend a website for looking up Middle Chinese. If you want to know more about Middle Chinese in general, take a look at my introductory video here. Today's video is specifically about looking up how to pronounce Chinese characters in Middle Chinese. So this website is called Zdic. It's zdic.net. The way you look up a character, of course, is you type it into the search box, so we're going to type in shang, which means up. And you hit enter and you get all this information. Zdic is a great Chinese dictionary if you can read Chinese, but right now I'd like to focus specifically on Middle Chinese. So I'm going to go over here to this tab which says Yin Yun Fang Yan. And I click on it and I see this whole wealth of information. This first block here is dialect pronunciations. We're going to skip over this for now. Maybe in another video I'll recommend some better places to look up dialects. So we're going to go down here to where it says Guangyun. This is the Middle Chinese section, and let's just focus on this first row right here. So on the left you see a bunch of symbols in Chinese, and on the right you see a bunch of different romanizations. So let's start with the romanizations on the right. This is the best place for a beginner to get started with Middle Chinese. What we're seeing is a bunch of different scholars' reconstructions of how this word would have been pronounced in Middle Chinese. Nobody knows exactly how it was pronounced, but all these scholars you can see are pretty similar. So for instance, we have yang, yang, and then we have jiang, jiang, and so forth. So that's a really good place to get started, but as you get more into Middle Chinese, you'll maybe want to understand what's going on with all these Chinese symbols on the left. So just to give one example, here in this fourth column here we see shengmu. Shengmu means initial consonant. And the name of this particular initial consonant is chang. That means this word shang was pronounced with the initial consonant that was traditionally called chang. And over time you'll learn to recognize all the initial consonants by their traditional names. So for instance, this chang was a voiced consonant which usually corresponds to a ch or an sh in modern Chinese. Of course, all this comes with experience, and as you get more advanced in Middle Chinese, this will be something you'll want to learn a little more about. While we're on this website, there's one more thing I'd like to point out. If you look at this word, it has two different pronunciations in Middle Chinese. That's why you see two different rows here. Here in this third column, this is in fanjie, which is a traditional way to record pronunciation. You'll see the pronunciations are shiliang and shizhang. Don't worry about what that means right now. I just want you to see that there are these two different pronunciations. And of course in Chinese, if a word has two different pronunciations, that means the pronunciation depends on context, and you need to know when to use which one. So let's go over here to Kangxi Zdian. This is the Kangxi Dictionary, which was compiled under the auspices of the Kangxi Emperor in 1716, so it's 300 years old. Now unfortunately this is written in classical Chinese, so it's not so easy to read, but let's give it a try. So here on top we have 十两切, that's the first pronunciation. 在上之上, it means above, on top of something. It's like the English preposition on. If you go further down here, you see 十掌切, that's the second pronunciation, and after that they're going to tell you that the second pronunciation is used for 登也, 升也, 自下而上也, to go up, to climb up onto something, to go from down, to go up. So this is the verb to go up. So in other words, what they're telling you is the first pronunciation is used when it means on top of something, when it's like an English preposition. And the second pronunciation is used when it's a verb, meaning to go up. So this is how you use Zdic to look up words in Middle Chinese. Good luck and see you next time.